Hello everyone and welcome back to the SteemTrail Gaming News. Today is the 13th of May 2018. My name is Kralizec and I will be your host for the evening. So first off, sorry about the fact that there is no big podcast today. The podcast will take place tomorrow. But once that is out of the way, let's take a look at today's news. So today we got two stories for you guys. First, we're going to take a look at Valve, who is now apparently paying some ethical hackers to search for security flaws within their systems. And secondly, we're going to take a look at a boxer who is in the latest installment of What Else Can People Do That's Related to Fortnite, as he decided to use the Fortnite dance to celebrate a knockout. But let's begin with Valve and them using hackers. So, Valve, seriously, if you don't know what Valve is, why are you watching this show? It's the people who run Steam. And Steam has decided to offer cash to any hackers that can find security flaws within Steam. Well, it's not only Steam, it's actually many of the properties that are owned by Valve. So it's a Steam client for Windows, Steam command line utility, Steam OS, Steamworks SDK, Steam mobile app on iOS and Android, the Steam servers, Valve game titles, and multiplayer and in-game economy aspects of Valve game titles and dedicated game servers. So if you are a hacker and you want to make some extra bucks, this may be the way to do it. Actually, Valve has been doing this for quite some time now, about a few months, but the thing is, it hasn't been really made public until recently, as the post that has been posted on the HackerOne, which is a community for so-called ethical hackers, has been private. Ethical hacker, if you don't know what it is, it's actually a hacker who does things ethically. I think it's a pretty self-explanatory name. There are people who hack, but when they find a flaw in the system, they actually call or write or text, I don't know, whatever they do, to the people who run the site or the program and inform them about the security flaw. And it is pretty common practice for companies to provide some extra incentive for hackers to be ethical, so they give them some cash. Valve is actually giving out quite nice sums of money, as if you find anything higher than a medium exploitation, you get from $250 up to more than $2,000, but that applies only towards the high risk exploits. The exploits are actually determined by what is called CVSS score, which means Common Vulnerability Scoring System. I can't really tell you much about this. I'm not a coder, I'm not a hacker. I just don't know that much about this, but what I tell you is that Valve has decided to put these into 4 different categories: as low, which has a CVSS score of 0 to 3.9, medium from 4 to 6.9, high from 7 to 8.9, and critical from 9 to 10. And if you go for a low, then if you go on one of their, let's call them more valuable projects, you can get $200. If you go for medium, you can get $1,000 or maybe a bit more if it's like a big one. If you go high, then you can get up to $2,000 or maybe more if you discover like something insanely big, you know, like a way to access funds of people who have money in their Steam wallets or something like that. But in general, this is a really nice incentive. Valve has actually paid out over $100,000 with them doing this. I'm going to assume the majority of these are going to be something like small and medium things. So they pay like, you know, like they find 10 medium things. That means something around, I know, $25,000 has been sent out. maybe there was like 2 big flaws. They maybe were like, oh wow, man, thanks, here's 10 grand. And then there was like 100 of small flaws found somewhere, with each giving up $250. That's another 25,000. You know, small numbers can add up quickly if you introduce the law of big numbers there. But yeah, again, this is just a nice thing. There have been, I think, 180 reports received so far. There isn't much information about what exactly these flaws have been. But if you are a hacker, if you do think you know what you are doing, give it a shot. Money's always nice, and this may be just fun for you either way. And secondly, we venture again, like almost every freaking day, into the world of Fortnite, and we mix it with the real life for a moment, as a boxer named Teofimo Lopez, who is a lightweight, is obviously a Fortnite fan, as he decided to celebrate his knockout win with the Fortnite dance. The one I shall not reproduce because, man, I just can't dance. I'm really bad at dancing. I can do exactly 3 dances. I can do the slow dance left, slow dance right, and then I can do pogo actually, but many people don't consider pogo dancing. I do, but that's just because I like punk music. But yeah, interestingly, this has sparked sort of a controversy inside the boxing scene, as some people think him celebrating with this dance was totally unsportsmanlike. I don't think so. I think it's just him trying to be cool, and obviously this will bring many fans to boxing, as people who play Fortnite are probably not people who do enjoy watching boxing or never thought of actually watching boxing that much. But some of them are like, you know what, let me check out a game if there's some cool things like this happening, and they may become fans. It's a good marketing strategy to bring fans towards you. And if there is an intersection of Fortnite and boxing fans, this may make them your fans alike. And having fans is something that is very, very important, as it brings sponsorships, it brings invitations to tournaments, to like one-on-one matches from which you get a cut from the amount of people who come. You know, essentially it brings money. And money is something that people need. And boxers need it as well. Believe it or not, they do. They actually do require money to sustain their lives. Not only fists and punches, but also money, because they need to like buy food and need to have a roof over their head. But either way, I'm sort of hoping that tomorrow we won't have any Fortnite. But I do know, because I do prepare the news, that we will actually have a few Fortnite news. And with that being said, that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please consider giving us a thumbs up here on YouTube and subscribing to the channel. If you are watching on Steam, maybe you want to give us an upvote and follow the blog. Either way, be sure to leave a comment and be sure to tune in tomorrow for more gaming news, as we are your source of daily gaming news every single day. See you guys later with more gaming content.